Ladies and gentlemen, back at it again. Another week of the Young the Rowdies, podcast dedicated to everything Florida Gator basketball and more. This is your host, Patric Young, here hosting another episode. I'm super excited. It's going to be back-to-back episodes of current Florida basketball players. And I'm a little sad, actually, about this one because we only got them for 1 year. And just wish we could have had them for a little bit longer. But ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you he represents us on the court, when I say us, I mean Florida Gator Nation. From the first time I seen him out there, before I even got a chance to see him, what I was hearing from the inside of his leadership and his heart and the effort and energy that he brings, also his credentials and resume before that were just had me excited getting a chance to see him out there. And for this, before we get into the episode, I just want to go ahead and tell you guys thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing. Please send this over to whomever you think is interested, who you think likes podcasts, who likes Gators, anything. But it's a great opportunity, especially since we're in the middle, my favorite time of the year, when football season is winding down and basketball is about to go into full go, getting closer to conference play. And I'm sure he's ready for conference play. He came and transferred over here because he wanted to come to one of the best conferences in the country. A really, really deep conference this year. I'm not going to lie. It's probably going to be 7 or 8 teams that are going to make the tournament. But without further ado, I want to introduce number 23, Brandon McKissic. What's happening, my man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm happy to be here for sure. It was a great opportunity, so I'm excited to be here.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, for me, this is my second year doing the podcast. And, we try to get one out, do the best we can, get one out every week. And for me, like, I selfishly just love that I get to stay connected and form these new friendships and just hear everyone's stories. And I'm fully invested. I was always a Gator before I actually played, and I'm just grateful for this chance to connect with you, man. So how you doing?
I'm doing good. Just coming off a good team win, that we needed in the midst of the season. After 2 hard losses, and now we're going to start getting prepared, ready for our next challenge, which will be Maryland. They're a very talented team. Regardless of everything that's going on, on their side, it's a very talented team that we're excited. And it's going to be on a big stage in Brooklyn, in the Barclays Center. So it's going to take a lot of focus, and a lot of energy. It's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of just a locked in focus mode for this game.
Definitely. I mean, it's Barclays, man. That's big time.
Right.
Who knows when you're going to get the opportunity to play in there again? Just in general. Not NBA, but I'm talking as far as wearing the Gators uniform. I don't know what that. I think for me, and I probably took it for granted. Just because I thought I was going to play for way longer than I did. And, every single day it's just a blessing to be out there for one. And the shortchange your show, it's like how many people paved the way for us to be there, and to ever come in on the fence or not feeling it. And it's dang, it's a lot of time people weren't feeling it back then, but guess what? They showed up and they paved the way for us to be there. So if anyone needs motivation, it don't matter who is on the other side. You got coming in to fight. It's tough. It's a mindset, but it takes having a good group of guys. And y'all definitely had a little bump, a little hurdle here, but I think it's a great test for y'all just to come back and to refocus and learn from that and catch it and nip it in the bud before you get to conference play and in the tournament.
Yeah, for sure. Looking back on that loss, those losses, I'm glad that, I'm not glad that we lost because I never want to lose, but, though we needed a loss like that to, not only just kind of refocus us, but kind of humble us a little bit, and, remind us that, we can't go out there and just turn it on and, be a team, that's not who we are. We're that team that, is very gritty, grind it out, hard on other teams' legs. That's what Coach White talked about before the game yesterday.
Yeah.
It's we're going to be really hard on these guys' legs. We're going to press, all game just like we do.
Yeah.
And when we really, and you could tell we just that game we just wanted it more. Like we got back to, that team that just wants it more than the other team. We were all over the place. I feel like our pressure just full court 94 feet was affected in the whole
28.
game.
I forced
So,
UNF into 28 turnovers.
yeah.
And
it was kind of crazy. It was kind of crazy. We looked up. We were sitting on the bench, and I was talking to Colin and Jack May, and Jack May was like, "We turned him over 28 times." I said, "What?" He's like, "No, look." And I looked up, and he said 20. I was like, "Man." Like it didn't even. I didn't even think about it like that. We were on the court, like we weren't even thinking. We were just playing hard, and that's what just happens. Especially with the guys that we have. This group is so special. Like just with the different personalities and characters we have on this team that when we really just gel together. It's really a special group.
Man, you, Tyree, Falan, Derugi, like just those four alone that's just the athleticism you guys bring to the table. And I think, and you can attest to it. I mean, we both hold defensive players of the year. You gotta take pride. Like if a person don't take pride in defense, whether they got I feel like not everybody is capable, of course, because I mean, as far as being in the right position and rotating, but like really being able to guard, you gotta want that. You
Yeah,
gotta be like, I don't
that's
care.
what I tell people.
If
That's
you're
what
gonna
people
get
always
20 on
ask
me,
me.
it's gonna take 40
That's what I
shots.
say. Like people always ask me, like, how much would this person score on you? And I'd be like, they just gonna have to show me. That's all. I never like, even when they ask me like about like players that I probably have no chance playing 1-on-1, I just be like, they're gonna have to just lace up and show me. Like I'm not gonna sit here and give anyone a certain amount of points they're gonna score on me, because who knows how many. Like I just I'm never gonna give somebody that much respect. They're gonna have to just show me, because I don't believe in like, yeah, there's obviously players on this planet that are really, really good, but like, just because they're highly regarded by everyone, it doesn't mean you have to give them respect. You still they gotta earn it.
You gotta make them earn it. Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
And if they're sleeping, especially when you guard them away,
yeah,
you're like, I'm here. Nah, I'm here. Nah, what's up?
yeah. So it's like, that's the thing, is it like it's just a pride, and that's the one thing I kind of, that's the one thing that I never try to lose, like my pride in myself. I work way too hard to get to where I am now. This, like you talk about, like treating every day as a blessing. Like I really wasn't supposed to be here. Like I did my 4 years, I graduated. I was blessed enough to not have any injuries to where I had to sit a year out or anything like that. So really, the COVID year was really just a blessing, me an opportunity for me to, to go out on my own time. And after being loyal to the school that I was with, play my 4 years, like I did everything I could, and my clock was up, honestly, I did my 4 years of basketball. So, when I got the 5th year, and it was an extra opportunity for me to go in the portal, and see what was out there, a school like Florida, like I grew up watching Florida, I grew up watching Brad play there, it was like a school that, like it was always around, so it was just like when, Coach White made the phone call, it was just like, it was kind of like a dream, it was like, man, like Florida, like the University of Florida just called me and wants me to play for them. It was like, it took me aback, and I was just like, the more I kept talking to Coach White, like he made it feel like I was already part of the family before I even committed. So I was just like, yeah, this is where I need to be, And that's why I always tell people that Coach White was the reason why I came here, because he really was. I didn't get to have like a in-person visit. I didn't get any tours. I just got a Zoom call with like some PowerPoint, stuff like that. So, the fact that like Coach White could make me feel a part of this program, even way before I committed, and even when people thought I wasn't even committed here, it was just like, I knew. It was like, I remember I called my mom after the Zoom meeting, and I was like, hey, I know you didn't want me going like 12 hours away, but it might have to be what it is. And she was like, yeah. She's like, yeah, I kind of figured. And then, we had a conversation, and I committed, and ever since I committed, Gator Nation, they've been so welcoming.
Yeah.
It's like a community that I'm so thankful for. I really do love the Gators. I love Gator Nation. I love being here. It's a blessing to be here every day. I take every day as a blessing. That's why I wake up every day with a smile on my face
That's
and so
awesome.
much energy, just just to play. You know, I have so much energy and happiness just to play here. That, you know, that's why I am the way I am. You know, not even just because of my past or who I am as a person, but you know, when I enjoy playing with the guys that I'm with, and I enjoy playing for my coaches. You know, I have no problem laying my body or, you know, anything on the line for this team.
It's funny that last part you just said. You know, before I got a chance to connect with you, I'm friends with Max Forsyth, the
Mm-hmm.
manager, and he's like, bro, B-Mac is a brick wall. He was like, this man will die. Like, he brings the energy. Like, he's going to be that, like, that Swiss Army knife, like, whatever coaches need him to do, like, he's going to be like the engine of this team. And, like, when I think it was the Florida State game, when I saw you play then, I was just like, because I think, you know, Coach White, I think for his first 6 years, he's had pieces of players to fit his mold. And I say his mold, like his vision of what you guys are doing now. Like, he want to push it, he wants to press, he wants to go, he wants the ball to move side to side, he wants it like good team basketball. And he's had some guys that have bought in, and I was like, when I saw Tyree, Falan, DeRouge, and I was like, yeah, B-Mac, that's it right there. Like, that's what Coach White has been missing, as far as just someone coming out there and just wants to win. Do you need me to score? Do you need me to defend? Do you need me to rebound? You need me to do them all? Bet. I got you, coach. Like, that's love. And then just like at the end of the day, the results of win, you score 2 points, you score 20, like it's the same smile, regardless. It's the same joy.
Yeah.
Because it's about the team. It's about this team going long, and you guys really got a good chance. And I'm glad y'all, you know, like you said, I don't want y'all to lose any games, but I'm glad you can look back and learn from that and refocus, reset, release it, know what you got to do now. So, and y'all got you know, a good way with this non-conference schedule to hopefully finish it out. But it's one practice at a time, one day at a time,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
fighting every day,
Yeah, most definitely. We definitely do. Practice has definitely been a great gauge for us as a team. You know, we didn't have good practices coming up for Texas Southern after we had lost to Oklahoma. So, you know, like, so, but the thing is, like, with our practice, we don't do a lot of, you know, like, plays. We just hoop. We just work hard. You know, we just get the ball. We get the balls up. We work hard. You know, we'll play live. We'll just compete.
That,
you know,
competition. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, and that's the thing. Like, that's the one thing about this team. You know, like, our competitive togetherness. You know, I feel like it grew so much because we went at it so much. Like in those practices, like if you seen how we was going at each other, you'd be like, these guys like each other. You know, like we used to go at it. You know, we was all just competing like so hard. You know,
you sound like you got a story. It sounds like you got a story.
It just grew. You know, it was like, you know, like, the stories are endless. You know, but it's like, because like there's so many times, you know, it's just been times where like it gets to that moment, you know, like, and you see it on the court. You see on the court now, like, we all got each other's backs. Like the slightest bit, you know, like, we're right there for our guys. You know, like, we don't tolerate anything. You know, and that's one thing about I like this team, because like, we don't tolerate anything from anyone. You know, it doesn't matter, like 1 through 15, we're not gonna go for any of that. You know, and it's like that true care and bond with each other that we built. You know, and I truly feel like that all that bond, because, you know, people were speculating, like, you know, like, with all these new guys coming in who, you know, had their respective numbers, like, how is this team gonna gel? And I feel like, you know, it really started through the summer, you know, with the transfers, us four working out, and then us going into strongman. Like, I feel like strongman.
You know what it really probably was?
Strongman really brought
strong
together.
man. It was that strong man.
Strongman.
That's what it was for sure.
Strong man to bring you together for sure. You know, pushing trucks, you know, flipping tires, you know, you don't do that on the regular. So, you know, I feel like that really brought us together as a team, you know, like, because, like, it wasn't no joke, you know. Like people saying I'm strong, a brick wall. I was hurting. I was hurting pushing that truck. And, you know, and
you ain't throw up, did you?
Oh no, I ain't throw up. I ain't get that close.
I did.
I wasn't there.
That day, that first day, I threw up.
Now the first day was cool. It was like that third. I'm not gonna say it's cool because if Coach P hear that, he gonna ramp it up. But
yeah, facts.
no, but no, it was. We had a day we had to push the truck 3 times.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
Down the hole back behind Keys or Springs
yeah,
3 times.
yeah. That one road right back there. That's
You
still
push
same.
it, they reverse that joint. You push it again, they
No,
reverse
we
it.
don't. We don't reverse. This is so in the practice gym now. You know that little back road that goes kind of right by track and it's right down and it has like a straight road right behind by the coach's parking lot. So
Okay,
it's kind of right behind the women's club. It's a straight road and it goes down a nice little distance, but it has a little dip in there too, like a little
I know the
hill.
one.
Yeah, we pushed it down that hill. We pushed it down that road. We pushed it certain, and we had to push it down 3 times. And I was like, man. After the squat rack walks and the rope pulls, I'm like, man. But no, it definitely did. Strongman was definitely a big thing for us. I feel like this year everyone really took it aggressive. We didn't really, step back from. We all really made a lot of like big steps in the weight room this year. And you could tell, that we all was just getting bigger, faster, stronger. And it's like we had fun doing it though. Like even though it was hard, like we made it fun with each other because we just enjoyed being around each other. That was the biggest thing for me. So
what else did you guys do like off the court? But
that's the thing.
You made a good point. Like, you cultivate a lot of that competitiveness with you guys. The 4 transfers on the court.
Mm-hmm.
But like, what did you guys do off the court to continue to build that closeness?
So off the court, it wasn't really anything like coach. You know how like coaching staffs and kind of like mandates and team. It wasn't never like that with us. We had one. We only had one like mandatory like team like get together with Coach Mike's house like right beginning of the summer. For workouts, had dinner. Stuff like that, and it was during the finals. But really like our team, we hang out like a lot just on our own time. Like we all enjoyed being with each other. So it was just like it wasn't anything like it wasn't anything team mandated. It was just kind of like a coach mandated. It was like the team just wanted to be with each other.
Yeah.
And the more we just kept working out, like it just and even like and thinking like we wouldn't have to like hang out all the time outside of practice because we would get in the gym with each other. And when we were in the gym with each other, we would just enjoy each other's time and still getting great work in. So it's like all that time, like even in the hard practices and the workouts, we were still developing that relationship because we was going through it together, and we was talking to each other, and it was so nice to see, like us develop as like a group. Because at first you could tell that we didn't know how to play with each other. If you'd have watched those first team workouts like early in the summer, you could tell that like we were just learning how to play with each other.
Yeah.
And we've came so far along. And the scariest part is I don't even think we're at our full potential of playing with each other offensively yet. And even defensively, I feel like our ceiling is still a lot higher than where we're at right now. And that's the best part about it. We still have so much time to go.
Yeah, I definitely always you want the team to continue to just week by week, 1%.
Yep.
Whatever, better and better. And yeah, there's some areas, I'm watching the games and the effort is there. It's just sometimes the effort's a little too much on the defensive side and trying to go for steals a little bit and jump in the passing lane and getting beat, creating.
That's what happened.
Because I'm like, y'all are suffocating them so much that there's no advantage until y'all give them one. Like, if they're gonna keep passing the ball around for 35 seconds and throw up a bad shot, and hey, guess what? Just get the rebound and go. That's literally it. I mean, definitely the way that y'all speed people up, and I think a lot of fans might not understand why that's so important. It's just what speed is the enemy of safety. My sister always says that. And just speed not that you can't, you want to be quick, but you don't want to be fast. Like there's multiple things. The conditioning comes into play, the quality of passes, the thought process, because like everyone is like, and if you guys can hold that for a long time duration and bring that because I look at that Ohio State game and I was talking to DeRugi about it, like offensively weren't shooting the ball great. You can't control that. That's going to happen. That's that the best thing that you can do is just make sure that y'all are taking good shots. When that ball releases your hand, no control. But on that defensive side and everything else that came to winning, y'all diving on the floor, y'all pressing, y'all are rebounding defensively, not letting them get one. They were still scoring, but zero easy back. They were getting 0 easy baskets. Y'all are forcing pressure to the basket, getting fouls, getting to the free throw line, slowly, cutting that lead. And then Ohio State did a little bit. They got a little bit more cutting. Like, nah, that's it. And because y'all kept fighting back and just staying together and pushing, it opened the door for that opportunity. And I knew a buzzer beater or something like that was going to happen, but in the way that it did happen, that was wild.
No, yeah. When I saw the shot leave from Tyree's hand, I was like, yeah, it's cash. I was waiting for it to go. It's like a
stop playing.
Nah, definitely. Nah, I'm telling you, he doesn't practice so much. Like,
for real?
Like that's not the first time we've all seen that shot go up and go in. Like, we kind of just knew it was in when it went up. He was like, kids, it was a clear shot. He got his feet set, and he was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, but no,
no rim.
Yeah,
just
yeah. We talked about it. You know, I talked to him about like we came back from like we would get to like 2 and then it'll go to like 7 or 10, like 3 different times in that second half, and we still just kept fighting and chipping, and that just shows like our team has like, you know, that want that we don't give up, you know, and that's like a good thing about us, you know, that we don't give up, you know, we'll continue that and just keep moving forward with the identity.
So let's take it back since you know, this is my first time having you on the show and getting a chance to connect. From Ferguson, Missouri, right?
Right.
All the way. So what was it like? Like, how did you develop your love for the game? I saw that your mom, she was a softball player. Your dad, he was a wrestler. Like, how did it start for you getting into sports? Getting it before you even got into, or is it always in basketball? Or did you play multiple sports growing up, or what was it?
I played multiple sports growing up, but basketball was my first. You know, when I was 3, they said I picked up a ball and just started trying to dribble it. And it was like they knew that was going to be my sport. But, you know, then I picked up football, baseball. I swam for a really long time. That's one thing a lot of people don't know about. I swam competitively for a really long time. And
what event?
I would do butterfly and backstroke.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's not a lot of people. That's the thing a lot of people don't know about me. But I did swimming. I ran track. Love soccer. Soccer is probably, if I didn't play basketball and I wasn't going somewhere for football, soccer would have been my sport. You know, I really do love soccer. To this day, I still watch soccer. Yeah, but though I pretty much play almost every sport. I was really active as a kid growing up. It was when I really started taking basketball serious. Was probably my sophomore year of high school. You know, like I started working out in middle school, like 8th grade. I work out with my mentor, like one of the coaches that are like really close to me in my heart. But I didn't take it seriously or look at, you know, college basketball until sophomore year.
Wow.
And it was my high school coach. He pulled me aside and he was like, hey, 'cause I was playing football still. He's like, I need you to quit football. And I was like, why? He's like, because you can do something with basketball. Like, I think you can make money with basketball. And when he said that, you know, we instantly got in the gym. And, you know, I was working out two times a day. You know, it was my diet. Basketball was my diet. You know, I was school, eating, and basketball. That was it. And the AAU team that I played for, I was so thankful to play for, St. Louis Eagles. You know, they put us up my 15th year. We played 16s EYBL all that summer. And the crazy part was we only lost like 2 games.
Wow.
All summer. We was the number 1 team in 15s, even though we never played a 15U tournament. We was number 1 15U team. And we were gonna make 16s Peach Jam, but they won a 15U team in the 16U Peach Jam. So we got cheated out of that, you know. So we did what we had to do with that. But, you know, that I feel like that summer really developed me a lot, because not only was I playing people older, but it was actually like really good talent, you know, and I had to come on my A game every game. And that's what kind of instilled in me that, like, I can't fear a person just because of his ranking
Sure can.
or you can't, because like we beat teams by like 30 that was supposed to, that would beat our 16U team by 15.
Yeah.
And it was like you can't give someone respect, just because you got to lace up just like them and get on the court and just go, because who knows what's gonna happen. They might miss shots or you might be on your game. It all is like whatever happens. It's just like you guys got to go out there and play with your heart. And that's what I try to do every game.
Heck yeah.
And that's what really started that. And then going into high school, my high school was very prestigious, academically. So we wouldn't get some of the best athletes. We didn't have a lot of the athletes that, other schools in my conference had, like Chaminade, dealing with, Jason Tatum.
That's big time.
And
Oh, yeah.
Tyler, it's like playing against him 3 times a year, so it was like.
Was he like that in high school? I mean, he ain't like he is now, but.
No, that he was always that. Like that. He was always that. Like it was effortless 30.
Bro, he's tough. He's
effortless 30. That's it. No, he's always been a pro. It was always, the plan was like, make everyone like know what he's gonna do, but we can't let the other players get their points to help win, because he can't beat us alone. But it never really happened to win, so I guess he could.
So you
But yeah.
You went all state just almost every year?
I went all state. I was the first sophomore in my school to win all state, and I won all 3 years, and I was player of the year my conference my senior year. So then I go ahead to commit to UMKC after a very.
Where else were you? Like how did your recruiting process start before you committed? Before we move on, let me tell you guys a little bit about our partners over at Bet Rivers Sportsbook. If you haven't signed up with Bet Rivers yet, now is the time, because they are offering a $250 match bonus for your first deposit. But what sets them apart is that they require just one play through to turn your bonus into cash money. With their new Rush Pay Instant Approval, withdrawing your winnings is safer, more secure, and more reliable. With basketball season tipping off, get in on the action by going to betrivers.com today, or by downloading the BetRivers iOS app. Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Yeah.
Recruitment process was very quiet. I had a couple offers, just really off my defense tenacity, really, because that's all I really was at AAU. I was just the guy that picked up 94 feet and ran the offense. I wasn't really, I didn't really show my offense capability at AAU. That's where I kind of really lacked. That's where I really messed up, because I would score. I was average like 16, 17 in high school, in my school, because I had to score.
Yeah.
But I was really just a point guard that just ran the offense and just dogged you on defense. Like I would pick up 94 feet, like and just harass you. I didn't care. So my offers out of high school was Missouri State, University of Missouri, Kansas City, DePaul University, and Murray State. Those are really the 4 that it really came down to. And Murray State obviously got John Moran, and that story was history. DePaul was an interesting story. Tried to go there, and they wanted more time just to see evaluate me, and I kind of wanted to be done with my process before high school started. I kind of wanted to just focus on my senior season. It was a big season for me. So I ended up going to UMKC. My first offer, they were my first offer. A staff that I was really, really close with and really comfortable with. And I committed there, so then after my senior year, I go up there. After my senior year, I had shoulder surgery, actually. I had to get my labrum repaired in my left shoulder. And I had to sit out for 4 months. So when I first got on campus, I was 210 and completely out of shape. And I had not did anything basketball-wise. And
what are you at now?
I'm at 200 now.
Okay.
But but it's solid now. It ain't fat. It was fat when I was 210.
They got you as 185 on the Gators. I got to tell Denver to update that.
Yeah, so I told them they got to update it. I said I'm not 185. They got me looking small on that. No, but so I went to UMKC, and I couldn't even work out, not contact, my freshman summer. I couldn't even pick up a bar. I was doing dumbbells in the weight room, and I was just running, and I was just watching, and I would just watch workouts. And then my freshman season, it was kind of slow, but I worked my way to starting by conference, and then became a captain my sophomore year. And that season was rough again too. But that was the first year I made all defense for my conference, and we lost the first game of the conference tournament, and then we get a screenshot of a tweet sent to our group chat that our coach was fired.
Oh wow!
Right after the game, and so now I'm about to go through a coaching change, and the crazy part was most of the time that I didn't have a coach, I wasn't in the portal. I was just sitting duck, just kind of just being a UMKC while most of my teammates were already in the portal, talking to coaches. And, the best advice my mentor, I talked about earlier, who I work out with whenever I'm at home, him and my mom, they were like, told me to not go in the portal until I met the new coach.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to give that impression that you're already trying to leave, just hear him out. And then if you want to go in the portal, then we can go in the portal. And he came in, I talked to him, and I still decided to go into the portal for like 3 days. I went in the portal long because I ended up staying, obviously.
Yeah.
And junior year came around, whole new team, whole new staff. Only 4 players from the team, from the previous staff, were on the team. And it was an interesting year for me. I got up to 11-point average. I was starting point guard by the end of the season. It was an up and down season. They tried to not start me. They tried to put try to put people over me. But I just kept, I put my head down, work. That's all I always. That's the only thing I tell myself. I got to put my head down, work. That's all I do. That's what my kind of mentality when I came here. But so my senior year, I was kind of the person on the team that, was looked at as, the person that's going to, carry the team or, lead the team, and, offensively, defensively. And, and I really played my best. I was playing my best basketball, like I was shooting the ball really well. I was making right reads, I was guarding really well. And, I was rewarded with Defensive Player of the Year after 2 years of just making all team, in the WAC in my first conference, because it was so frustrating. Because I felt like I deserved to win. Before I felt like I deserved a Defensive Player of the Year. One of those years I did. I feel like I truly did, and it angered me. It really motivated me.
Yeah.
To know it. I took it personal. So when I got to the summer league, I remember telling my mom before we even started a conference game, I said I'm winning summer league. I'm winning Defensive Player of the Year. If I'm not, and the crazy part was, she was like, "You don't want to win Player of the Year?" I said, "I want to win Defensive Player of the Year." Like I didn't care about player. I wanted Defensive Player of the Year bad, and and that's why that's what I got. So that's what I was most happy about. And then I got the Lefty Driesel National Player nominee. I was one of the top 30 players for National Defensive Player of the Year, and that really put something in me. It kind of like I was like, after kind of just those 2 years of me feeling like I was unappreciated on the defensive end. Finally getting the recognition that I feel like I deserve after because I take pride. That's one thing a lot of players don't take pride in is defense.
Right.
And like.
Yeah.
And it's like people always talk about scoring, and it's like it's funny. A lot of the people that I play with, at my old school, like they'll tell you they're like he don't care about offense. He care about one thing. That's like he yeah, like he can score the ball. Like he can score the ball. It's like, but he wants to guard you. Like that's what he really wants to do.
I think it wears guys out when it's a mental just challenge on a player, like when the other dude he's putting so much energy into stopping you and just making it hard on you. And that
Yeah.
everything you're trying to get is gonna be hard. You're not gonna get an easy shot. And it just like then they start taking bad shots. Then they start just passing the ball. And then guess
Right.
what? They're not trying to play defense on the other side.
No, they're too tired. They're too tired from trying to try to score. They're too tired from trying to score. So that's the best part for real. You know, like I feel like my coaches, you know, they made me take both sides seriously.
Yeah.
They really like my growing up, my high school coach and my AAU coach, they made me bring both like 100% for the both ends of the ball. You know, I feel like my AAU coach was more defense because our AAU team was a big defensive team, and we that's where we took pride in. But my high school coach, he focused me on offense because I was one of the main offenses.
You had to. Yeah, you had
Yeah,
to.
you know, so like we took like there'd be a lot of mornings, you know, we would get up and shoot like a lot, like probably almost every morning we'd be in the gym shooting, you know, working on my game offensively. And then just, you know, instilling that just defensive mentality that from
Yeah.
my AAU coach, you know, it kind of just came together as someone that just likes to bring energy to both sides of the ball.
Would you say that, you go from what conference is UMKC? It's not
Summer league,
okay, so that's right. You go from the Summit to the SEC, Defensive Player of the
mm-hmm.
Year there, and you got you arrive, and that's this is what it's an awesome book you should read called Atomic Habits, and it talks about our goals that we make. It shouldn't be just like, hey, I just want to get this award. Like, no, this is who you are. Like, you are a lockdown. Like, you're all around, but like your strength. Your strength is like in being taking pride in that. But now, because it's human nature, will say like, "Oh, I've arrived, I've done it." But the new challenge is like, "Hey, I'm in the SEC. Like,
Yeah,
what I'm
that's what
going
I
to
want.
do? What I'm going to do now? Like,
Yeah,
you
that's what I want.
did you
I
take
do
any?
want that.
Yeah,
I do want
and
that, you know, and I don't talk
yeah,
about much
bro.
because my personal goals are never the priority with me.
Right.
I feel like all benefits are given when you win. You
Yeah.
know, they're not going to give someone who went 2-12 in a conference a Player of the Year award, or not even an All Defense or All Team award. You know, so the main thing is winning. You know, with me,
Yeah.
and I know that my defensive presence can help win a game.
Yeah, for sure.
So if I'm doing what I do to the best of my ability, then that gives my team a better chance at winning the game.
It's
And if
inspiring, bro. It's inspiring.
and
It
if
really is.
and if and if the conference recognizes that, then they do. But at the end of the day, only thing I want to be recognized is just for winning and being part of a team that does something special. That's all I want to be recognized for. Anything else that comes with it is blessings
Yeah.
and just cherry on top for me.
I gotta brag on you real quick for a second. So the game that I was covering, it was against Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I think you were just coming off of like flu-like symptoms and still not feeling great.
Yeah, it
Max,
was,
Max. I was talking with Max, and he showed me your text messages that you said. I said I'm still not feeling good, but if I can just get a little bit of something in my stomach, I'm gonna be good to go. Like, I don't know if you were
yeah.
still like dealing with throwing up at that time or whatever it was, but you were just like, "There's no way I'm not gonna show up for my teammates."
Yeah, I was that Milwaukee game. I was down bad. I remember it was probably the game the day before the game. I was sitting up on top of the practice gym, hoodie up, barely breathe through my nose. I was kind of all over the place. Stomach was hurting. I hadn't really ate much, and the only thing I could think about was just I was just hydrating. I was drinking water and I was drinking tea. I was just like, I gotta get right, you know. And I slept. I went to bed at 8 o'clock that night. I was doing everything I could. I was doubled up on a Tamiflu. I was doing everything, and then I woke up that morning. I remember Max texted me, and I was like, I wake up early. I'm an early bird, and I woke up and I was kind of just trying to feel things out. And I was like, all right, I feel I can get to it today. And then by the time he texted me, I was just like, hey, if I get some food, I'm good. Like they ain't nothing gonna stop me from this at this point. Like I'm here now, and I told Duke that, and I was like, I just need enough time between me eating for my stomach to hurt and then stop hurting, and I'll be good. Cause my stomach hurt every time. My stomach was hurting every time I ate some food. So like, as long as my stomach not hurting, I'm good. So I just ate, but that stomach pain passed through, drank some water, and I was
I already
good.
know. Dang, that's
But I was
dope.
definitely still hurting. I remember they got a picture of me on the bench. Like, I'm like, man, oh man, I was hurt. Yeah.
It was multiple guys that had even the game before that were just kind
Oh
of
yeah, we
went
was
on.
doing Florida State. Florida State, we had some flus. We had some flu games in the Florida State. But that's the one thing about this team. We just find a way.
Yeah.
We it's for each other though. Like that's like the people don't understand. Like the things we do it for each other.
Yeah. I think it's really apparent to see that with you guys. I think that the effort, the excitement. I mean, when Jason got that putback dunk last night, I love like
Oh my.
Big J, man. I love how y'all just are really striving to help him just get involved in the game and him just doing a really good job of stealing because he's just so big, man. He's got the opportunity and
We
he's putting
told
the
him.
dudes in. He just gotta like have that dog in him. Like that's
We
it.
told him. We said we got your back. We said we don't when he's at his best. We told him we at your best. Like there's not many people that can stop you. You're too big. Like you're
No,
just
it's
too
not.
big.
No.
Like I remember we had a practice and he was getting scout team reps just because we were getting him ready, and he got a rebound off his rebound and just went back up and dunked it. And the hoop came down a little bit, like it, boom. And we were always like, oh. And it was so easy. I'm like if you could just do that every time you're in the game, like
Yes.
what that would bring to the game. You would bring a whole different dynamic than what Collins brings to the game.
Yeah.
Because Collins going to bring offensive rebounds, blocks,
He runs the
finesse, like
floor. He can pass. He can
all
finish.
all
All
those
that.
all those things. But when Jay comes in, it's just demolition, destruction. Like it's like
Yeah.
he's clearing pavement out, like just get out the way. Like it's
All he needs
crazy.
to do is what he's doing, but just consistently. Like if he can, in the SEC play, coach is gonna bring you in 5 to 7, and you can get the other guy to pick up some fouls on you because he got to defend you, or even just you get some easy baskets because you're sealing and you're in the right spot. Like
Exactly.
that's huge for the team. Get you a breath, get you a
Exactly.
breather, then you're ready for next game, just like that.
Exactly. He can
But
he can definitely
so
bring a good part to the team for sure.
so let's transition a little bit. We've talked a lot about ball. Who is BMAC outside of the court? I didn't know you were a swimmer. That's pretty big time. Like what are some other things that maybe most people don't know, or things that you enjoy doing, or just in general your routine.
I don't do too much, honestly. I'm at home a lot with my dog. I take care of my dog. I
You
spend
got
a
a
lot of time with
dog?
my dog. Yeah, I spend a lot of time with my dog. Regular things, play video games, get my work done. I'm really a simple dude. I'm either in the apartments or I'm in the gym. I really simplify my life. You
Yeah.
know, I'm 110 bought in to this program, so that's where I'm at.
Are you getting your master's right now?
I'm doing sports management. I'm doing the sports management program, and we just finished. I'm already done with the semester, so it's like yeah, like I'm really just school. I mean, not even school
Yeah.
no more. Really just basketball,
Yeah.
and I'll go out, eat. I probably do. I like to eat. I
Yeah.
like to eat different things. Like search around, like find different spots.
Have you
That's
been to
one
the
thing
top
about.
yet?
Not yet.
Yo, you ain't been to the top. It's
No.
downtown. It only opens up at 5.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm advertising. It's a kind of like hipster spot.
Okay.
But it's amazing. Yeah, they got some real good food. But yeah, I highly encourage you just in this season, especially since you got time, lean into like Allison Forrest and Tom for some other things that can continue to help you expand, because like, those because I had such good relationships with them at school, just friendships, helping me with my academics, getting me involved, like hospital visits for kids and all the other stuff. When I needed help, when I came back, when I, 5 years after I graduated, it was easy for me to reconnect with those people that I've already known, and they wanted to help me, get my master's. And Allison helped me start my business, my escape room that's in Gainesville, and just all types of things. And just like every time I come to the Hawkins, bro, I wish you could have seen what it was like before it is now. It was first off, it was half the size. It was only 2 floors.
Really?
Yeah, it was only 2 floors, and we would walk into the same side that the like just the regular students walk in. It was like that door that you got that's across from Moe's. We ain't like, it wasn't there. It was just windows, and it was way smaller. Like we ain't had the fuel station didn't have that. Like we used to because we had mandatory study hall my freshman year.
Right.
Like 5 hours a week.
Oh,
We would
man.
get our Gator card and we would check in, and then you could sneak out and go down the stairs.
Nah, for sure.
You just leave, you just go do whatever, then you come back and get it, and then you like, and then coach. I mean, it's terrible. I hope people don't do that. It was only 5 hours.
They only do Gator cards no more. You got thumbprints.
Oh, you got thumbprints? Oh yeah, ain't no cheat.
Yeah.
You can't cheat that.
Nope. You gotta go ahead and just put that thumbprint in and check in.
Yeah, you definitely got to go check out the top. If you like sushi, you got to check out Dragonfly. That's a great spot. I mean, my favorite. It's a little pricey, but it's worth it to try like once every now and then. V's Pizza. If you ain't been there yet, yo.
Okay, I'm a big pizza dude, so I have to try
They
that
got
for sure.
they got a pizza with chicken wings on it. Like,
Whoa.
yes,
Whoa.
yes.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Nah, that's crazy right there.
So what's the, it's a blessing to be in this, an opportunity, because it was almost like you didn't know what exactly was going to happen after you left UMKC, and then the door opened up for you to be at Florida. What's the grand picture, big dream, big hope for you, and then what things you want to achieve in your life and your legacy, some goals you got outside of basketball.
I mean, obviously, just with Florida, want to win, keep a standard or even achieve it. This is a championship. This is a championship program, all around, just athletics in general. Yeah. So just upholding that standard, meeting that standard, that would be something I would like to bring, I would like to see here as a winner. There's a lot of guys in the program that are recognized as winners. I want to be one of those people. I want this team to be one of those teams that go down as people remember as well. And then outside, I just want to be someone that makes an effect on this world. I want to be a coach at one point. Once I'm done, I really do enjoy the X's and O's side of basketball, the analytical side, kind of just. And also just, being able to work with kids, and like still dealing with a sport that I love, I feel like coaches are a big piece of athletes. Your coaching experiences are part of what make you as an athlete, and I feel like I want to be able to impact, kids' lives like that, coaching them, showing them the ropes and being there for them, like, and just showing them how to be a man, like how my coaches are doing me. Like I learn from Coach White every day, how to be a man, and
he's such an everyday guy, isn't he? He's like the same. He's the same every day, no matter what.
For sure. No, for sure. No, Coach White most definitely, like, as a guy that I look up to, for sure. And I look for guidance, and I talk to, but and also just kind of just being someone that never kind of just took the easy route. I've never been one of those guys. I want someone, they look at him like he actually worked for what he deserved. He earned everything he deserved. I don't want to ever be looked at someone as someone that was given anything. I've never been given anything. I worked for everything that I got to this point up. So, I want, if anything, I just want to be recognized as a hard worker.
Yeah, you are that. I mean, I think there's a few things I thought about that one from what you just said. In the sense, I think you would be, when your career is done, 20 years from now, you'd be a fantastic player development. You fantastic coach, of course, but like starting off with player development, because like it's still that kind of gap bridge where you kind of like really have those relationships with the players and guidance for them at a school or even in the pros. But the thing is, what stops you from being not just the player development, but from all the things you just listed, kind of the person, the man you want to be. What stops you from starting today? Nothing. You don't have this. It doesn't take. You don't have to wait to. Those are things you can control as far as being that mentor, that man that is leaving an impact, and you're doing that. Like whether you necessarily see it. Like there's always people watching. You never know the smallest gesture, the smallest part of you just being your authentic self. Because I think we live in a world where as soon as people walk out their door of their house, they put on some type of mask or just some part of their true selves. I got to be like this, so people will accept me. Or around this crowd of people, then I got to put this one on. Then around, the freedom that you and DeRugi, man, both of y'all, man, like just not feeling like you got to be like somebody else. You got to talk like a certain way, whatever. Just like that comfort in yourself. It's really rare, and I don't think I had that when I was in college because I just cared too much about what people thought. I cared too much about pleasing other people and not just like staying firm. Like, nah, this is just what I want to do and this is what I like, and I don't care about what nobody else thinks. And like it's crazy. The older you get, the more you realize, you know what? I don't really care about your opinion about me.
I don't care. That's the one thing.
Really
like refs, there were some. We were playing a game and the refs was like because it was against Cal, and the Cal staff had told the refs that I was talking to them, like the Cal bench and everybody, which I was. But the refs came up to me and they was like, "Are you saying anything?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not saying nothing." And they was like, "Then why would they say that?" And I'm like, "Cause they losing. They just trying to figure out something to, And then the ref pulled me aside and was like, "Why are you like this?" And I'm like, "It's where I'm from. Like, I'm gonna be who I am regardless. No one's gonna change me. I'm gonna be me to the T. And if you don't like it, then you're not gonna like me. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna be who I am." And he looked at me. He was like, I was like, "Yeah, that's all it is to it." Like, I'm not gonna it's just gonna have to be. It's just I can't be I don't like being someone else that I'm not.
Yeah. It's no fun. It's no fun. Just always feeling like you gotta mold yourself for a situation. And don't get me wrong, it's sometimes where maybe we gotta coach something differently for the situation, but for the most part, 90% of the time, we need to walk in confident, prideful, having the pride, like, yeah, this is what I do, this is who I am. I'm not saying I'm better than you, but this is who I am. This is what I like. This is what I'm gonna do. And that's to be able to 23, right? 22 or 23?
23.
23. At 23 years old.
Oh, well, about to be 23. My bad. I thought you said I'm 22, about to turn 23. So I'm thinking of Derek's number. January 20th, 1999.
January. Oh shoot! I'm glad you didn't say 2000. I would have been like, what?
Yeah, I'm 99.
99.
Yeah, we have one of the oldest and youngest teams in America.
Yeah.
Who
of the young guys? Because I know that Coach White is striving to help get them some experience. But whom of the young guys have you seen so far that has really starting to get it? Really starting to all of them starting to get it.
All of them are starting to get comfortable.
Yeah.
Eli's gotten very comfortable. Wasey, if you ask me, Wasey's been comfortable. He hasn't had the platform to show you all that yet. Because if you come into practice and you watch us practice, you will see Wasey shoot contested, very highly contested shots, and then we'll go in, and it would be like it was nothing. Like the freshmen we have now were so much better than me when I was a freshman, and it's exciting because their ceiling is so high, and the fact that I have the opportunity to like have an impression on them. Like I was talking to coach today, and he was like, "So you got Wasey to start diving on the floor."
Wow.
You know, because Wasey dove on the floor yesterday, and it was like we starting to get guys to make plays that like they're not used to making. You know, and it's just like, and Tune has such a high motor. Like y'all, he had 6 rebounds yesterday. I want y'all to think about that. He had 6 rebounds yesterday, and he didn't play them. Yeah, he didn't play them much, and almost snagged 10 rebounds.
How many minutes did he play
I wouldn't say
it
it
was
was
6 minutes.
It probably wasn't over 10 minutes.
Dang, that's dope.
And he has those really high motors. Like all those guys, like they bring a motor and they bring just like, and the best thing about them is that they're so open to learning. Especially like they're all just regarded players, in their respective classes, and they're taking the seat to learn, from some guys that have like me, Myron, Flynn, like the guys that have, played a lot of basketball, college basketball. They learn from us. They ask questions. They listen to us. That's the best thing about that. Because it reminds me of myself. I listened to my seniors when I was a freshman. I didn't really kind of like be one of those freshmen that kind of like deny it and all that stuff. So like the fact that they're just trying to learn and they're open to learning is so helpful too.
It's crazy that you say that. I'm thinking back, and nothing against my seniors at all, but they were different. It was to the point where my class, we were like, man, when we're seniors one day, we're never gonna be like that. That was literally our message to each other from our freshman year. Like we're not gonna be like we're gonna always be together, because they were like they were 5 or 4 or 5 seniors or upperclassmen, and they all kind of like the only time they would see each other was at the gym. And even like on the court, like dudes just like separate. They would joke around and stuff. Not saying like the dudes hated, but it just wasn't that like cohesiveness that I think really is the heart of a team battling through adversity, having really good practices, being able to push each other and know it's like, hey, we almost fought, but guess what? Let's go to a training table after this or whatever. Like it's
yeah, that's how we are. Like we'll be practicing, and like we'll get into some heated in the gym in the gym. We'll get in the locker room. It'll be like, if y'all want to get up in the Gator head, just get up in the Gator head, and we'll just be done like that. And we'll just be joking around. We'll just joke around about it. It's so funny. It's like it's all competitive spirit with us, and then we after we go to that court, we were right back to laughing, talking. And the thing is, like 1 through 15, we all just get along so well. That's the best part.
Dang, that's amazing, man. And I think you hit it on the head, bro. Like for right now, like the big scheme goal, what's the legacy you want to leave and bring, obviously on the court, but like to impact those younger guys, to be the goal is, even as like a father, one day be like, I want my kids to be better than I was, and it's like you're the vet, so you want those young guys to be better off. You want to be impactful. You want to leave your mark. You want to leave that BMAC mark on the guys to like, hey, I learned that from BMAC. Like the work, the mindset, diving on the court, the selflessness, all that stuff, and just like that's huge because they learn that, and it just spreads, and that's how culture. That's how culture gets built right there. That's how like literally you being an extension of Coach White, because I'm sure he's been preaching that all year long, but to see it from the veteran guys doing it that have already paid their dues, like it's only gonna pay dividends for them in their future.
Yeah. No, they definitely, those 3 freshmen to me, they definitely have a bright future here as the Gators. I definitely believe it. I can't wait to come back and see those guys as juniors for sure.
Well, y'all got games on Saturday?
We have a game on Sunday. We played Maryland on Sunday.
Sunday, okay. Well, shoot, that's all I got for you, bro. Like I really, really, really thankful and grateful for your time, man. And
no, me too. I'm extremely grateful for this opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, when you DM me, I was like, oh man, I got this opportunity.
I was
Yeah, for sure.
I was in Italy last week. That's why like I brought my laptop. I ain't opened my laptop one time when I was out there. I was like, it's
and the
over.
thing is, like, I was so swamped with the games, I didn't even it didn't even come to mind until someone had sent the video that you had spoke of me on that whatever it was. You had spoke about me, and I was like, that's why I DM you, like, thank you for what you had said about me.
Yeah, for sure. What was that online? Was that at the game?
And I think it was on it was like a recording. It was like you and three other people. I don't know if it was at the game or something, but you was just speaking. You had said some great words about me, and that's why I just reached out, and still had tried to, get this together because I was excited.
Well, I'm excited to get this out to the airwaves, and for me, and selfishly, even though I'm like on the other side, on the media side, I'm supposed to strive to stay neutral. I can't say we no more. They be like, Pat, you can't say we no more. I'm like, man, come on. But
always
for
a Gator.
me being invested in knowing, like, actually not just cheering and watching you guys, but actually knowing your stories, and I'm even more invested and just grateful for the opportunity to be a Gator. But B-Mac, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you enjoy the rest of your day off. Get you some good food. Check out B's Pizza. Check out the top. What was that other spot? Check out Dragonfly. You ain't gonna be disappointed. But
I got you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for checking out this episode with number 23, the one and only Brandon McKissic. Everyone, please share this and stay rowdy.